What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to the Liverpool Southampton post-match reaction video, and let me know who was your man of the match, because it's a toss-up between DARWIN Nunez, who scored 2 brilliant goals, and Alisson, who made like 4 or 5 huge, incredible, world-class saves, and that's the main concern for Liverpool. But first, let's talk about the positives, because Liverpool have won now, I think, 4 games in a row. So you could argue that this World Cup break doesn't come at the greatest time, because Liverpool had just hit form at the wrong time of the season after losing to Nottingham Forest and also to Leeds United. Liverpool have been on a roll. We have beaten Napoli, Tottenham and now Southampton. And of course Southampton have been struggling, so this is not as big a win. But also after Man City lost in the 98th minute to Brentford, I haven't been able to watch that game, but I will watch the highlights for sure after recording this video. Liverpool are itching and moving up the table, and I'm also baffled how the referee didn't give a penalty for Mo Salah. And also it's pretty weird that Liverpool, who have been, attacking in like 60-65% of their games, have no penalties, 0 penalties given for Liverpool this season, but we already conceded 3 penalties. And if you see Liverpool's games, that Liverpool have like 60-70% of possession usually, it's pretty weird that Liverpool get no penalties, but we get penalties awarded against us. But I don't want to moan too much about the referee, because apart from when Salah was clearly pulled down, and it should have been a red card and a penalty because the defender didn't try to play the ball, he was just pulling Salah back and Salah ended up on the floor, but the referee doesn't give a penalty. Apart from that incident, the referee was pretty alright. And how does Bobby Firmino not go to the World Cup? This absolutely blows my mind that Brazil are not taking Bobby Firmino to the World Cup, because he has now 7 goals and 3 assists in the Premier League. Richarlison, the absolute pigeon idiot donkey Richarlison, has 0 goals and 2 assists, and yet he goes to the World Cup and Bobby Firmino is not going. So that's an absolute disgrace. But the Brazilian manager probably has a personal agenda against Bobby Firmino, and Nunez is now scoring his chances, and he is going to have an absolutely explosive second half of the season if he doesn't get injured at the World Cup. Hopefully he won't. And Uruguay are one of my dark horses to go to the semi-finals of the World Cup, because they have some really good players. Bentancur scored 2 goals in 2 minutes today to turn the game for Tottenham against Leeds United. But let's talk about the Liverpool game. So Bobby Firmino with a looping header after a Robertson cross absolutely brilliantly beats the Southampton goalkeeper Bazunu. That header is so difficult to do, because Bobby Firmino has his back to the goal, and yet he somehow glances the header above the goalkeeper and into the bottom far corner. But the lead didn't last long. After like 2 minutes, Southampton equalized. Che Adams, after a brilliant James Ward-Prowse free kick, gets ahead of everyone, and that was really concerning to me, how easy Southampton created chances against Liverpool. In the first half, not so much. In the second half, Southampton had like 3 big chances, and Alisson made superhuman saves. Absolutely incredible goalkeeping by Alisson in the second half to keep the scoreline 3-1. If Southampton score with like 20-25 minutes to go, Liverpool would have been very nervous. So we need to improve, and we need to be a 90-minute team, because at the moment it looks like we can play great either in the second half or in the first half, but not in both halves of games. But the most important thing for Liverpool is to get points on the board, and now we have another victory, another 3 points in the bag. And Nunez is an absolute animal. He is the chaos merchant, as Liverpool fans like to call him, and he scored 2 brilliant goals. The first one from a Harvey Elliott cross, he smashes it past the goalkeeper, side foots it into the bottom corner. And the second one, a classic Liverpool attack, Andy Robertson bombs down the left wing, fizzes in a low cross, and DARWIN Nunez slides in and slots it home, and he gets 2 goals, he gets a brace, and now DARWIN Nunez has, I think, like 10 goals for the season. I actually want to look up Liverpool's top scorers for the season. I usually go to the lfchistory.net website because it's an absolutely brilliant website for all kinds of Liverpool statistics, and they also track the goal scorers and the assists for each and every season as far as they can go back and get footage. So now Mo Salah is our top scorer with 14 goals, but now Firmino and Darwin Nunez have 9 goals each. And I said that Darwin Nunez could easily score 20, 25, maybe even 30 goals by the end of the season if Liverpool go far in the Champions League, in the League Cup, in the FA Cup, and Darwin Nunez plays a lot of games. But already to have 9 goals after he had a 3-game suspension is really, really impressive. And Jurgen Klopp also confirmed that Liverpool are interested in making January transfers. And also congratulations to James Milner, who has appeared for the 600th time in the Premier League. He has more than 20 seasons in the Premier League where he has played, which is absolutely incredible consistency. And also congratulations to Andy Robertson, who became the defender with the most assists in Premier League history. With today's 2 assists, Andy Robertson equaled Leighton Baines with 53 assists, and now he's joint top. And I'm safe to say, if Andy Robertson doesn't retire today, and he won't, then he can become the guy with the most assists in Premier League history, and hopefully Trent Alexander-Arnold will start to get assists in the second half of the season as well. But Andy Robertson has been our best player when it comes to assists this season. He has been absolutely brilliant. And also Jurgen Klopp said that I pray that the players come back from the World Cup healthy. Jurgen Klopp is really, really nervous that the players who go to the World Cup don't get a serious injury, because we already had a lot of serious injuries. But thankfully for Liverpool, it's actually a good thing that Thiago, Firmino and some other players haven't been called up to the World Cup, and because Liverpool only has 7 players, and Liverpool play Man City 2 days after the World Cup final. Man City have 17 players at the World Cup, Liverpool have only 7, so Man City have 10 more players. And of course, a lot of those Man City players will come back, but probably not all of them. And Jurgen Klopp said that we allowed top world-class players too much space. Oh, sorry, that's what Nathan Jones, the new Southampton manager, said. That is borderline suicide to allow Liverpool's world-class players too much space. I wanted to come in and learn against one of the best Premier League sides ever, because over the last few seasons, Liverpool have been one of the best sides the Premier League has ever seen. And that's fair play to Jones, who said that, because I think not many managers will praise Liverpool like that. And Jurgen Klopp also confirmed that Liverpool are in talks to extend Bobby Firmino's contract, and after the season he's having, I think that's great news, but I will probably go into more detail on that a little bit in tomorrow's video, because I want to do more research on that. And James Milner said it's a lot of games, playing 600 games in the Premier League, and it's a long time. Seeing people like Ben Doak come in and how well he played the other day, it's pleasing to see that, and then that brings back a few memories as well. I remember being his age doing that as well. I mean, James Milner could be a lot of players' father at Liverpool, actually, a lot of young players' father. He's more than twice the age of Ben Doak, for example, which is absolutely crazy. It's a long time, James Milner said. You need a lot of luck. I've been very fortunate to play with a lot of very good players and managed to learn off those and the managers. It's great to be still playing and hopefully contributing as much as I can at a club like Liverpool. Gareth Barry's record of 653 games is a long way off. You know me, game by game, I just want to keep working and contributing as much as I can to this football club. So James Milner has 600 games. If he wants to beat Gareth Barry's game ratio, he probably needs to play at least another season, maybe another 2 seasons. And I don't think Milner will retire at the end of the season, but I also don't think Liverpool should extend Milner's contract. I think we should sign 2 or 3 world-class midfielders, 1 in January, at least 1, and if we can sign 2. but we need to sign at least 2 more world-class midfielders in the summer and replace the likes of Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita and James Milner with those 3 world-class midfielders that I was talking about. And it was a good performance in places, Milner said. I think we could have played better at times as well and controlled the game maybe a bit better in the second half. Alisson probably had to do a bit more work than we would like, but he's world class and that helps us out a lot. With or without his beard, he's just as good. And yeah, Alisson without his beard, it's a pretty unusual look, but I think it suits him. He looks younger, and I think that Liverpool put in a really good performance, a really good shift. And yeah, let me know what did you think of the performance, and I think Darwin Nunez has a bright future. Darwin Nunez, Salah and Firmino carried this team with Jota and Luis Diaz out injured, and I have really high hopes that in the second half of the season, with those 2 players back, Liverpool could mount a title challenge. We are not out of it because Man City lost today, and I don't think Arsenal will win all the games that they play between now and the end of the season. We have an outside chance, but let's try and aim for that 3rd place. Let's get as close to 3rd place as possible, and let's see what happens. The World Cup, I think, will mix up a lot of things. There could be a lot of injuries, a lot of tired players. So let's attack the second half of the season. Out of the top teams, I think Liverpool, out of the top teams in the Premier League, Liverpool have the fewest players going to the World Cup, so that could benefit us with a really good second pre-season in the Dubai training camp. Liverpool can really attack the second half of the season with a well-rested Salah, a well-rested Thiago, which is basically a well-rested 65% of the team. Let's attack the second half of the season and let's try and get top 4 as soon as possible. And who knows, we could, if there is a team who can win 10 games in a row apart from Man City, it's Liverpool. So let's hope we can do that sometime in the second half of the season. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.